Hi everybody, it's Emily here at Thrive Wellness Center, and I just wanted to come talk to you guys a little bit about period pains, healthy menstrual cycles, and a few different things that can happen when we run into hormone imbalance, specifically related with cycles. So first I'll start off by, we have really normalized things like symptoms associated with our cycle. So things like headaches or cramps or low back pain, even breast tenderness and pain, we have really normalized. All of these things are actually not normal. You should not be in so much pain that you have to take, ibuprofen or Midol or something like that. That is not a regular thing that should happen. Also, like ovulation migraines or period migraines or anything along those lines should not normally be happening either. So we've really standardized those things. So get that idea out of your head that it's okay or that it should be happening. False, false, false. Also, another thing that we have standardized and normalized is that birth control is the solution to these things and the only solution that we have, or synthetic hormones in another form. Maybe it's topical, maybe it is an insert of some sort. So all of those things are, wipe them from your memory. All right, so to start, we'll talk about the fact that there's a couple of different diagnoses that most people get related to their cycle. So the main things that people see with cycle issues are symptoms of PCOS, and which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and also symptoms of endometriosis. Okay, so the PCOS is where there is little cysts or big cysts, could go either way, on the ovaries present. Those cause inflammation, they cause extra pain during cycles. They are caused from, quote unquote, an unknown cause, but in our field, we really truly see those things rooted in toxicities. Same thing with endometriosis. Endometriosis is just uterine tissue growing where it shouldn't be, causing inflammation, pain, causes infertility. It can cause a lot of different issues. So these are the two main things that mostly affect women and their cycles. Outside of, your regular possible light hormone imbalance, you may not have something as severe as PCOS or endometriosis, but you could definitely have a hormone imbalance and experience pain with your cycles or during your cycle at some point. A lot of things that people don't think about is our bodies as women are changing every day throughout the month. So yes, we may only menstruate for, that 3 to 7 day period. However, our bodies are going through a cycle the whole month. So the fact that we're always changing means that we need to support our body well with nutrition to help that do what it needs to do. It's doing some awesome things, so don't forget that. All right, so with that being said, I made my notes over here. With that being said, like I said, we see a huge cause for those issues to root in toxicity. The main toxin that is causing a lot of those issues nowadays especially is something we call glyphosate or Roundup. So glyphosate or Roundup is a pesticide, and it's present mainly in a few main categories of foods. So we have things like wheat, soy, corn. It's also really heavily present in seed oils, which are commonly used because they're cheap, easy to use, make, and process. So seed oils are things like canola oil, safflower oil, rapeseed oil, sunflower oil. All of those are going to be your seed oils. Those are high in omega fatty 6 acids. So those are great at causing inflammation. So another thing we know to be true about hormonal disorders and hormonal imbalance is that inflammation adds to that root cause. So where we find toxicity to be a main root cause, inflammation helps none of that. And inflammation is more than likely the cause of that disease. So the goal when dealing with painful periods or menstrual cycles or anything hormone imbalance related is, number one, we get to the root cause of what's going on, why that's happening, and how we can fix it. So let's say you come in and toxicity is the root cause of that. We're going to recommend, different foods that you should possibly cut out. the list I just went over. You're also going to get supplementation to specifically support those organs and areas, to support the uterus, to support the ovaries, support your thyroid. Thyroid's a huge part of that. So all of those things we look at and see what's actually going on to cause these issues. And then on top of that, we're going to use something that's going to get rid of that root cause. So something that's going to get rid of toxicity. We use a lot of really great binders from a company called Cellcore. Cellcore has a great biotoxin binder, HMET binder, which stands for heavy metal environmental toxin binder. So that binder specifically does target glyphosate, which is huge. See so much success with it, and getting people's cycles more regulated. Another great thing about getting cycles regulated is if you deal with heaviness or a lot of cloudiness, getting that hormone balance back is going to help with that. Also, length of menstruation. So I have quite a few patients who come in and they have heavy periods for, 7 to 9 days, where the average cycle may be more around 5, and that is just a long time. It's annoying, I get it. All our bodies are different, so I'll say that too. But there are occurrences where those cycles come back to where that 5-day period, they're not as heavy, they're not as clotty, because we're dealing with that root cause of that issue, getting that metal toxicity, that chemical toxicity out of the way. All right, with that being said too, why toxicity can disturb hormones is toxins can look a lot and replicate hormones and bind to hormone receptors, which leave nothing open for your actual hormones to do their job. So that leads to disruption in estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. Yes, women, we have testosterone, just not as high as much as men do. And when it blocks those receptors, it leads to total hormone imbalance, inflammation, and can cause issues like we talked about. So making sure you reduce those chemical exposures. Another big one I see in women is our hygiene and our beauty products. So things like candles, ladies, candles. Candles are a known hormone disruptor, so please, I beg you, ditch your Bath and Body candles. I know it's like that season in fall and everybody's so excited, but look for a better source, okay? You guys can do it, I promise. Or use essential oils to scent your home. But candles do have a ton of toxins in them. They're airborne, just like your plug-ins do, your Febreze does, all of that. We want to avoid those things. Those do cause hormonal disruption because, again, they mimic the hormones and the body doesn't know the difference necessarily. All right, and then that's essentially what birth control does. So birth control is a synthetic hormone. It's not real. It's made in a lab, and all it's going to do is disrupt your actual hormone balance. So that also, if you've ever read a birth control insert, it's like, yay big, this big of writing with all the warnings on it. It is not great for you at all. So that's what that does. It may mask symptoms. You may get on your birth control and you're like, oh, my acne's better and my cycles are better and this is going on and, life's great. However, it's not actually addressing what the issue is, and in long-term speaking, it's going to cause more issues than it did help in the short term. All right, awesome. So let's talk about the good stuff. So the good things that you can do, the good things you can eat are the things that we normally talk about. So healthy sources of good protein. These proteins are not only healing to the body from the amino acids that build up our body, but they're healing because protein contains a lot of essential minerals. So we don't really think about that when we think about protein. So when you think about good meat or eggs or fish, please keep in mind that you're getting more than just protein and good fat from them. You're also getting minerals like zinc, magnesium, copper. All of those are very crucial when it comes to good hormone balance. Magnesium especially, we need that for a ton of different reactions in the body, and hormonally it's huge. All right. And then some things like healthy fats are really, really important. So your avocados, your coconut oils, your olive oils, avocado oil, grass-fed butter, all of those things are really, really important when it comes to balancing out hormones as well. Because for hormones to balance, there needs to be essential fatty acids present. Okay, awesome. Some little more words. All right. And then also, Another good thing is staying hydrated, okay? Making sure that your body is actually hydrated with just water. For the most part, when we add things to our water, it does change the structure of it and our body doesn't utilize it the same. So hydrating is going to actually open up your cells for better absorption of minerals, vitamins that it's needed for it to utilize and get to where it needs to go. Awesome, you guys. I hope that this helped, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.